Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video, and today we're back with what I think is basketball. I'm not 100% sure, but again, I think it is, and the title is When Trash Talking Goes Too Far. Now again, I'm not too sure what to expect from this video, but a few of you wanted this, and one guy in particular, I actually promised this about a week ago maybe, and I just completely forgot about it. But the title did really interest me, and it's one of those videos again that I feel like could be really interesting. This isn't the typical basketball reaction, but I will obviously get back to play individual reactions to individual players. For example, like the passing video that I saw yesterday was impeccable. Some of those were incredible, and I just love all aspects of each sport. I love learning about each individual thing, and this is just sort of a bit different again. But hopefully, you guys don't mind too much. And yeah, let's go and check why
all kinds of
this video is titled what it is.
Incorrect. You're trying to get in his head. You feel like you can break LeBron at this point.
We broke LeBron.
In game 5.
So get your ass out of here with that. All right?
We get into the video. It's about 10 seconds in, and he's already trash talking the best player of this generation. I'm excited
You
to see
understand
this.
how you got the Cleveland, how you got the Miami bill? You remember
That's
that?
true. You broke him in
Okay, so
2010.
remember that, all right?
Fair
So
enough.
stop bringing that up, all right?
Let me turn it up a bit. Quite quiet.
You pushed LeBron too far in game 5.
Pushed
Because game
too
6 is
far?
unbelievable. You think you gave him the eye of the tiger?
Pushed him too far?
Nothing?
Man, listen, let me say something to you. The C's, we didn't give a fuck about LeBron. We didn't fear
Oh, wow.
LeBron, and we didn't think that he can beat all 5 of us. And that's how I felt. He was trying to consolidate because he didn't want the pressure on him. You understand? We broke LeBron.
Flipping heck. With style like that. Okay, let's see what this is about.
Earlier this month on the Bill Simmons podcast, KG had some choice words for LeBron, most of which NBA fans were already aware.
So this is really recent as
The
well.
Celtics did not like Bron. They wanted to run him and the Cavs out of the building every time they got the chance. But KG said something that made headlines and got people thinking. We broke LeBron. Now, this is Kevin Garnett and the Celtics we are talking about, so trash talk is expected.
Oh, okay. Are the Celtics seen as like the trash talkers, I guess, like it said here? Are they seen as the team that sort of stir the pot in a sense? Because that's what he said.
Last of a dying breed. He came from an era where talking smack was the regular, where players weren't so quick to make best friends with their opponents. But this statement in particular was far more than just competitive banter. We broke LeBron. Well, LeBron's last game in Cleveland in his first tenure with the team ended at the hands of the Celtics, and the fallout from the series wasn't pretty. At the time, it really did appear that the Celtics pushed LeBron to his brink and sent him packing, searching for an answer to the four-headed juggernaut in Boston. But how much truth is there to KG's statement? Did the Celtics really break LeBron, or is there much more to this story?
Phase, that's a
History is
banging
written by the victor,
dunk.
but who exactly is the victor in this story? And speaking of story,
It could just be mind games though, because I mean, in sport, that's just kind of one of those things. People say things to kind of get attention. But again, I'm going to see, hopefully this video
today,
every detail. I'm excited to see it as the best. Good block there though. Oh, it's getting heated here. Yo, they're going to square up, isn't they?
it's game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals. The Miami Heat are up by 15 with less than 4 minutes left in the game. For the 4th time in 5 years, the Celtics meet LeBron James in the playoffs, and as you can clearly see from this wholesome interaction, right about now, KG would love to take LeBron's head off. If there's one clip that describes this intense rivalry, it's this one.
That must have turned into
But
like a
to
meme
truly
on the
understand
internet.
the genesis of the Celtics-LeBron saga, we have to take it back to the mid-2000s.
Oh well, it's been a long-lasting
2007,
one.
The NBA was a completely different place. Seattle had an NBA team. Mehmet Okur was an all-star. On average, teams only made 6 threes a game, and this super team was yet to be assembled. A superstar Kevin Garnett was wasting his prime in Minnesota, putting up league-leading numbers but finding almost no success from a team aspect. Paul Pierce in his 9th season had missed his first All-Star game in 6 years due to injury, and Boston was going nowhere quick. Ray Allen.
So quickly, I know this has nothing to do with the video, but is the All-Star game basically seen as the biggest event in basketball? Like, is that like the top? Is that where you want to get at the end of each season? Like, what would be better, getting into the All-Star game or winning the championship? What would be seen as a better achievement for the player? So I would have thought it'd be winning the championship, but maybe in basketball, being in an all-star team at the end of the season must be like one of the greatest feelings. So just let me know down below what you would say is the sort of perception is what would be better.
The leap in Seattle, but the Supersonics were struggling as much as ever. Each of their respective teams were far below 500 despite how big their stars were playing. Now, in today's NBA, we have grown accustomed to star players quickly distancing themselves from bad organizations to pursue bigger and better things. To compete in today's league, it almost seems more like a necessity to stack the deck in your favor than a cop-out. But back in 2007, this was far from the case. But how can you blame them? They saw an opportunity and they took it. 3 future Hall of Famers in the prime of their career making no progress, and with each passing year, getting closer and closer to becoming just another star who never took their team to the promised land. Meanwhile, in Cleveland, a 22-year-old LeBron in his 4th NBA season had turned the...
At 22, that was his 4th season. What I've noticed is, in like the NFL, players start a bit... Not they don't start old, but they start older. There's never like teenagers in the NFL. In basketball, like there seems a lot of cases where they start like in the NBA as teenagers. Like, who is the youngest star to play ever feature in the NBA?
Cavaliers organization from a 17-win disaster to an appearance in the finals and their highest win total in 15 years.
Jeez.
By this point, he was more than just a young prodigy on the path to greatness. 4 seasons in, and he was already doing things that would take some all-time greats an entire career to accomplish.
Oh, man.
Leading up to the 2007-2008 season, Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, and Ray Allen had only made it to the second round of the playoffs 5 times in their entire careers combined. And they only made it to the conference finals 3 times combined. They had a combined playoff winning percentage of 42%.
And they were generational players as well.
Of 17 playoff series. KG had one of the toughest runs of his era by getting bounced out of the first round for 7 straight seasons. That's 3 perennial All-Stars coming into their 10th, 12th, and 13th seasons with minimal playoff success and no real chance at a championship. For comparison, coming into the 2007-2008 season, LeBron had a playoff win percentage of 58% and went 4 for 6 in playoff series.
Oh,
now, sure, you could say that Garnett, Pierce, and Allen did not have the right pieces around them to take their team to the next level.
He's already outdone. I say outdone. Their careers aren't over. But he's already outdone their careers so far in 2007 in 4 years. But all of them combined in about 7 years, like 12 years and 13 years individually. If that doesn't prove something, then I don't know what does. But then I think, doesn't it say then them 3 joined the Celtics, and I guess they built an absolute super, like a powerhouse.
But while they were struggling to make it out of the second round, a 22-year-old LeBron was busy dragging this roster to the finals. Leading up to the 2007-2008 season, this is the list of all-star teammates the Boston Big Three had played with in their careers. Far from the greatest bunch to ever lace up, but still players that could contribute at an all-star level. And here's the list of LeBron's all-star teammates leading up to the 2007-2008 season. If you were going to make the claim that KG, Pierce, and Ray Allen didn't have any help, you would have a tough time convincing anyone that LeBron did. And even when you break down the head-to-head matchups between the Big Three and LeBron before the trade, history is in favor of a young LeBron. In the 29 times Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, and Ray Allen faced off against LeBron before the trade, they won 13 times. And Bron won 16.
So it's
and
quite
while
close.
en route to those 16 wins, LeBron was putting up MVP-like numbers.
Oh wow,
Keep in
fair
mind,
play.
this was from the time he was 19 to the age of 22. And he
So young.
this to 3 of the league's best players.
Advert. I'll go back like 5 seconds, but the fact that he's outdoing them at 19 to 22, and I'm guessing these guys are from 27, 28 to like 30 in their 30s at this point. Maybe a bit younger, I'm not too sure, because again, basketball players do start younger. But still, like I find it crazy how LeBron
James got the
is
best
so long. I want to watch
from the time he was 19 to the age of 22. And he is doing this to 3 of the league's best players.
Oh
So
yeah,
it's clear
exactly.
that
That
James
makes it
got the
even
best
better.
of this trio before they joined forces. But the idea that this Boston super team was formed to stop LeBron is a stretch that I'm not willing to make. At the time, the Spurs were coming off of a championship and were looking like one of the most dominant dynasties in the modern NBA. The Dallas Mavericks won 67 games led by an MVP Dirk. And quite honestly, they knew they couldn't do it alone. Sure, LeBron was on the rise and looking like one of the best players in the league, but I believe Boston thought Cleveland was not the biggest of their worries. In fact, I know this because KG had this to say on the Bill Simmons podcast.
We didn't fear LeBron, and we didn't think that he can beat all 5 of us.
Oh, so in this he's talking about from like 10 years ago. I thought he was talking about an event that happened recently. Okay, that makes more sense.
And to a certain extent, this is true. After the Big Three was created in Boston, LeBron went 12 of 13 against the Celtics while getting bounced out of the second round at the hands of Boston in 2008 and 2010. In that 2008 series, the Cavs took the L, but not before getting pushed to 7 games and getting a 45-point bomb dropped on their head by James.
Wow.
Regardless, the Celtics seemed to get the best
45 points.
And just like that, LeBron was no longer an issue they had to deal with.
45.
In 2010, the Celtics broke LeBron. Well,
Listen.
At least that's what they thought.
In this fall, I'm going to take my talents to South Beach and join the Miami Heat.
Wade, James for the lead.
You didn't break him, mate. He's back, baby. He is back. Wait, what was the time? 2 minutes left. Oh, wow. This is a tight game then. This is really close. But he doesn't look broken anymore. You guys look broken right now. They look broken completely. How things turn around.
It's over.
In the summer of 2010, LeBron packed his bags and got out of Cleveland in pursuit of a team that was built for championship runs. After wasting his talents on an organization that refused to give him the tools to succeed, he decided enough was enough. You know, this whole thing sounds really familiar. I can't quite put my finger on it, but the idea of a star player leaving one team to join forces with other stars,
exactly what
I've
they
seen
did as well.
similar events unfold before. Oh yeah, that's right. In an effort to consolidate and get the most out of his prime, LeBron went to Miami to team up with Bosh and Wade, a plan that was built off of a blueprint they saw 3 years earlier. And yet, according to KG, LeBron only went to Miami because the Celtics broke him and he didn't want that type of pressure anymore. Well, that may be the case, but by this logic, does that mean that the Pacers and Nets broke Paul Pierce? Did Kobe, Shaq, and Tim Duncan break?
Yeah,
Kevin
true.
Durant
Actually,
and
the
Ray
exact
Allen?
same things happened to them, and then they moved, isn't it?
And no finals appearances, joining forces with the boys. 7 seasons, 2
Speaking
conference
things
finals
to an
appearances, and
existence.
a trip to the finals. Broken. But of all the interesting points KG made on this podcast, the one that really got me thinking was his comments on the 2012 Eastern Conference Finals. This series. Because KG
Let's see about this clip.
specifically mentions the Celtics beating down and breaking LeBron during Game 5 of this series. Well, by Game 5, the series was tied up 2-2, and the Celtics were on track to going up 3-2 with their 3rd straight win. KG had a monster 26 and 11. LeBron was held to 12 points and 29% from the field in the second half. He looked tired and defeated. And if you were to end the series right here, then KG's comments would make sense. But this series was far from over.
Oh wow.
James blows past Pearson, throws it down. Not in the guard, LeBron James. James with the jump.
Cool.
Difficult shot.
Oh, he's going to be battering them this game, isn't he? He's absolutely killing them.
Doc Rivers doesn't want him to hesitate. Double figure game.
Oh my days, look at these points. How many points did he get? I'm guessing it will say at the end. Oh.
Steps on Petrus. Now the jump shot. That's been good.
Yo, he's absolutely bullying them right now.
James again. 40.
Jeez.
He is knocking down jump shot after jump shot.
Following Game 5, the game where the Celtics broke LeBron, James had one of the greatest playoff performances in NBA history.
Oh wow.
And a 19-point.
How can you make comments like that? Because obviously his comments were made after this 6th game was played as well. So how can you make comments like that and then he does something like this? He literally has a masterclass. It doesn't make sense to me. I'm guessing it's kind of just bitterness. Or maybe it's just kind of like keep a rivalry going, etc. Because to be fair, I don't know how good this KG guy is. Maybe he's like an exceptional player too. Maybe I should react to him as well. Because I probably feel like, sounds like I'm backing LeBron. But when he's got three of some of the best players around him, he's got basically the all-star team in his own franchise, and LeBron's getting this many points against them, and he's supposedly finished. Doesn't really make
blowout. LeBron finishes the game with 45, 15, and 5 on 73% shooting. For not one
Wait, 45
did Boston
points.
have LeBron contained. He
Oi.
was doing whatever he wanted, whenever he wanted. Kevin Garnett finished the game
He's not fair.
with 12 and 5. Bill
Oh,
Simmons brought
man.
this up asking KG if he felt
Literally,
like the Celtics pushed
like
LeBron
triple,
too far in Game 5,
quadruple the amount.
leading him to go berserk in the following game. And I don't think KG fully understood the question, because the correct answer is yes. KG's antics in Game 5 brought out Hall of Fame 99 MVP Miami Heat villain LeBron, and it cost them Game 6, followed up by a 31-12 Game 7.
Jeez.
I guess KG was speaking facts. The Celtics beat down, humiliated, and broke LeBron. If it wasn't for those darn Celtics, who knows what LeBron would have been able to accomplish. Time after time after time, they really just
So
handed it
aggressive
to
with
him.
that.
Honestly, ruined him from that moment on. Who knows where LeBron would be right now if KG and the Celtics didn't break him. All right, my brothers, listen up. In today's busy world, who has time to read?
I'll skip this, but that was a cool video, and I can't actually wait to react to an individual video on LeBron, because I've not actually done that yet. This was like a cool little video on like sort of his personality in a sense, because I mean he was supposedly broken, and again I can't really speak on either side because I don't know too much about the situation. But from what this was, they didn't break him. They genuinely just had a stronger team in general, which is why they won. But in the sixth game, I'm pretty sure it's the sixth game, it literally said he had, which was the game after he supposedly was broken, he literally had championship, like one of the best performances in the playoff history for an individual player. So it's just kind of like one of those things. And then obviously since that game, in general, his whole career's just panned out. He's now seen as one of the best players ever. So I mean, you can't really say you've broken a player when he's going on to have one of the greatest, like, what's the word? Greatest, like, not careers. He's leaving the greatest, like, one of the greatest legacies and as an individual player. But I mean, I guess it's all up for interpretation and people can view it in different ways. Yeah, this was a cool little video. I do enjoy things like this because it's sort of like, again, it's not just focused on individual skill. It's actually like a little story behind it. It's actually teaching me about the sport. Yeah, I'll definitely do more like this if you enjoy them. Yeah, just suggest more down below. And hopefully you guys enjoyed. And until next time, like, subscribe, and peace.